Hello, EMURGO. We are Team DCypher, and we're happy to be participating in the Cardano EMURGO Build 2023 Hackathon. My name is Quasar, and I was invited to participate in this hack with Insight IQ and the DCypher team, Curtis and Dave and Demi. Really excited about what we're going to show you here. And the DCypher team was able to get an agreement with DAO Lens, which is another community innovation Web3 platform. It's quite popular over on the Ethereum space. This is an introduction to that, so to them. And Curtis, would you like to tell us a little more about the relationship and what DAO Lens was looking for to open up and give us access to their front end and back end?
Absolutely. Thank you, Quasar. So yeah, as you mentioned, DAO Lens was very gracious in allowing us to use their front end, their back end. They gave us full access to all their code so that we can use it as a playground and kind of showcase what we're hoping to do and integrate the Cardano network into DAO Lens. Currently, they are supporting a lot of the Ethereum and ENS solutions, and we wanted to collaborate with them so that we can introduce them to Cardano and get more community growth and bringing people together. That's what DCypher is about. They offered us the front end and back end. We asked how we could integrate some of the Game Changer wallet dApps into the proposal process. So we isolated it down into creating a proposal for a DAO that's building on their platform. This right here, the screen is displaying all of the different communities that currently live on their DAO manager platform. If you would, Quasar, would you navigate into our DAO that lives on the platform? This is the DCypher MBO. And as you can see on the left column, the DAO manager has lots of modules that are very useful to a community: bounties, projects, proposals, education courses, your organization documents, and many more features in there. But today we're going to kind of focus on just the proposals because that's where we integrated some of the Cardano features into the DAO Lens platform. Quasar, would you like to show us some of what we've done?
Yeah, I'd be happy to, Curtis. Thank you very much. So I was invited to join the team here for the hack, but also invited to come and join, their platform or their account here on DAO Lens. Signing up's very easy. Did it through Discord, so there was no wallet connect. Didn't have to check for any tokens or anything. And once I joined the community, I could kind of come in here and look at a proposal. And this proposal is written in a way that, if you register your wallet, if you're invited to it, then you can participate in the vote. And I'm really excited to show you a little bit about Game Changer, which allowed us to do a whitelisted, registered wallet, that's completely decentralized. Nothing to download, nothing to install. Uses QR codes, native scripts. It uses JSON to pack the Plutus code in there. So with that, along with the Game Changer file system, which is an on-chain storage solution, what we do is we take complex scripts, smart contracts, addresses, all of the code, and we put it into a disk. And that way we can kind of reference it while we're doing things. So here's this proposal. Before I jump into, actually registering the whitelist and then voting and then showing those results, here is a quick overview of, the Game Changer file system. And this is, explains the disk NFT, which we'll look at in just a little bit so you can see some more of that. But it allows us to create very transparent, very decentralized smart contracts or multi-sig treasuries, all right there on chain. You can always reference who wrote the script, who's using it, how many copies there were of it. you can always be sure that you'll be able to find exactly what was written, what it was supposed to do, who used it, and like it says, put it on chain forever if you believe in it. That's what the blockchain is for. So now back to the community. All right, here I am, Quasar, coming right into the DCypher MBO. They'd like to do a proposal to do this proposal. Right now, going straight metaverse, meta community and everything. So I'm going to just click here to get whitelisted, which is really also a voter registration, if you will. And yep, it runs this code. Now I'm going to do this in slow down mode so you can see some of the things that are happening. I'm just going to run this. I'm going to ask for my password. We are in the pre-prod testnet. Now this is a beta version of Game Changer Wallet. So I'm going to accept that. And beta just means version 2. We have version 1 on chain for quite a while now. And ultimately, this walks me through exactly what the wallet's doing. So I can also learn how everything is working. So this is just going to kick us right back in a moment. While it's doing that, I'm going to go down here and just show you what we did here. This is a whitelist or a wallet registration. So ultimately, this wallet can only vote once, and only wallets that have registered can vote. And now we're going to go take a quick look at this advanced feature. There's some things in here that are worth taking a look at, such as the status. It's going to tell us scripts, hash required, who the referrer is. There's that feature in the wallet. Who's calling, what address, the identity, the main identity, all of these very unique things here so you can see. It's not complex. It's very open, very transparent. It's not easy either. Luckily, with Game Changer script, puts it into JSON. So, it's so easy and AI could read it. Back to you, Curtis. I'm kidding. I'm not finished yet. So here's the full code of this script. It's just the whitelist. So there's nothing too fancy here, but I'm registered. So I'm going to hit go back if I can. I'll let that do its thing. And I'm probably just going to go on back. I'm going to close this window. All right. So now that I'm whitelisted, I think I like this proposal. So I'm going to go down here and vote. I can vote yes, vote no. We've already ran this vote. We already have additional, more results that we're going to jump to in a minute. But let's just go ahead and hit no. And you can see, ultimately, there's no SIP30 dApp connector. There's no gatekeeping. There's nothing to download. It might feel like it's not secure, but it is. It's going straight to the blockchain. So here's all the things that are going on to vote no. Same thing is happening if I vote yes, except the input, which becomes the output. So we're going to execute code times 10. Use a constant data, share a public key, and then throw in some cryptography in here, native script, build transaction, and ultimately the sign and submit that's red. That's to remind you, hey, you're going to sign something and submit something that you might want to take a closer look at. I trust this code because we wrote it. That's point blank there. We're going to sign this and accept it. And now, ultimately, I just voted on this proposal 42. It is the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Hey guys.
Wait for this conflict. Hey Demi, thank you so much for joining us. We're recording the video right now for the EMURGO Hackathon, and you're getting to see the final part here as we wrap this up. Now, here's more about the Game Changer file system. All right, it's going to ask me if I want to sign these two transactions. I can select overview, and this is going to give us a summary of what we just looked at. And it's going to tell us what's being spent, what's being minted. Here's the voting token. Here's the cost. Now we're going to look at a little metadata. Not going to be too much here with this, but we could add a lot of metadata. And yes, we are going to submit this. Here's a very awesome feature. Also tells us what keys are going to be signing. Here's a main wallet, multi-sig. So I'm going to scroll back up just so you see that's the overview of everything. Game Changer really spent a lot of time going into an educational component with this wallet. So while the hackathon is DCypher, doing a DAO management platform on DAO Lens, behind the scenes, is the fancy stuff. It's the tech, it's the secure blockchain, it's the trustlessness. So we can hear now extended UTXOs. Again, everything laid out very visual, in a visual way that we can all see it. I'm going to go back up here and then just hit signatures one more time. So ultimately, here's again a list of all the keys that are going to be signed with. So we registered 3 wallets, and some of these are extra keys just to help process a transaction to go forward through. So with that, you can see, it's a dummy signature. And I wish Adriana was here to explain that, but we would not make it in 5 minutes. So we'll follow up with that part. Here's the signed 1 disk. And is this signed 0? Yep, same thing. All right, I'm going to go down here, check transactions. If this is white, it means it made it through Koios, I believe. So it is confirmed. Now I can also grab the artifacts of this and select these, save them, and export them. If I wanted to recreate or save the scripts for this vote, reuse them, that is the point here. So it would take out the whitelisted wallet, that address, of course. Last feature here, is the results, but I'm not looking at the voting results. This is still the me actually voting, not a summary of the vote itself. And real quickly, here's a way to look at all of the code and everything that's running. We've got our time date here, when it times out, the key info, governance is here, and we went with consensus with myself, Dave, and Adriano. We've got a time window, so a TTL, if you will. And then here's the Game Changer file system parts that we can go and look at later, build, vote, all this. So ultimately, all of this is customizable, and we can build any type of voting mechanism that we would want. But for this one, we want to do 1 wallet, 1 vote for this proposal. So there's a great quick summary of what we're going to call the back end of DCypher for this hackathon of the interaction with the Cardano blockchain. All right, so now let's just go ahead and sign these things. If I used a different wallet that wasn't registered, it would ultimately just keep going over and over in a loop. I wouldn't be able to vote. And if I tried to vote again with this wallet, I'm not going to be able to go through. So I don't think this will actually execute. And I'm going to leave it here. We're going to come back to it in just a moment. Yeah, it's going to keep looping here because I've already voted. So here, this is going to keep going. It's not going to change anything because we've already ran this and the time to the voting period has already expired. And now Game Changer also allows you to basically take all of your code, anything, and turn it into a QR code. So you could have a vote on a QR code. You could have the results on the QR code, the whitelist registration, QR code it. And I'm just going to click this as opposed to actually taking a picture. If you're looking at this and you want to pull your phone out, by all means, go ahead and do so. And now let's just see how these voting results return in the wallet here. So we're going to hit continue, sign this, and accept. And just wait for this to come back. So it's done. We're going to go down here and look at the exports. So this is all the yeses and the nos. This is what we've got here. real quick before I hand it back to Curtis, look at the dashboard here. We've got the code, the full code, results, and then also all the permissions. Let me see if there's anything else that I was looking to do. I believe there is, but I believe it was back on the other voting system or the other voting screen. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? We've got this script hash, global variables. Yeah, so this is the results. I'm going to go back and look at one of the voting pages in just a minute so we can see a different way to look at the game changer file system as it would look in the wallet with all of the files saved, because it's very important to realize that you can view these files in ways throughout the wallet experience. And this disk NFT here, it's quite unique. I'm going to try to pull it up on another screen real quick before we end this. And I think I can do that right here. All right, so ultimately, I'm hitting deploy. We're putting this dApp on chain forever. And this is a brief summary of what a disk NFT is. It's almost like a Git repository, open source, transparent, on chain forever. And then you can save this as a game changer script, HTML file, and a project. And now we have these, let's say, a section where we could trade the disk. We could give someone a copy of it, then they can also participate in this vote or run this type of vote on their platform, in their wallet, and in their community, all back here in the DAO manager. So to tell you or to explain what we did again, created a company inside, or an organization inside the DAO Lens platform, and set up a proposal, created the governance framework, the whitelist, the one wallet, one vote, and the results all on chain, which comes out here to this QR code. And that is all I have. Curtis, what do you think? Any questions?
That was wonderful, Quasar. Thank you. That was a pretty good breakdown. One thing that we weren't able to get integrated directly into DAO Lens UI, just kind of ran out of time working on the light paper and the pitch deck, was we took, actually, thankfully, because of Game Changer, all the JSON data structure gives us wonderful results. And we were able to take that JSON data structure and feed it through an AI. And most LLMs, well, actually all LLMs nowadays, right, do really well with data structures like JSON. And we could take the yes and the no votes and just tell it what we wanted as a result. And it was able to produce a graph for us. And we'd like to get that integrated right back into the DAO Lens platform, so anybody can see valuable aspects. And this is an interactive graph as well, if you wanted to dive into additional details, metrics, filters, so on and so forth. So a combination between DAO Lens for offering up their front end, thank you very much, and Game Changer for offering up their time and their sweat to get this working with us. Thank you guys. And appreciated EMURGO for holding this hackathon for us. Thank you.
Thank you.